Hi, welcome back to another video. Being inflexible sucks. Not only do you struggle to do the activities you enjoy, but minor physical activities can lead to discomfort and pain. But it goes beyond that. Many people don't even have enough flexibility to perform normal, everyday tasks, and they don't even know it. Since flexibility is a key component of a well-rounded fitness routine, it is a sensible idea to gauge your current level of flexibility. This way, you can target problems areas that may need extra attention and help you to measure your progress. Testing for flexibility can be complex or simple. Exercise scientists and physical therapists use an instrument called the goniometer to measure degrees of joint rotation at the extremes of range of motion. But remember, flexibility is joint specific. Determining the range of motion for one joint is not an indicator of flexibility in another joint. The simplest and least scientific way to measure flexibility is how you perform activities of daily life. If you can flex and extend the joint, reach, turn, twist, kneel, climb stairs, and bend with relative ease, the joint is flexible. And between these scientific and simple tests, there are a few flexibility self-tests you can perform at home. This is exactly what I'm sharing with you in this video. They are strictly informal, do-it-yourself measurements that will give you a general idea of your current flexibility. And if you like this video and find it useful, please click the like button, please leave your comments below and share this video. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my future weekly video release. Please also subscribe to this channel. This is completely free of charge, but will help your channel to grow. Thank you. The thing to bear in mind is that different people have different bone structures, so nobody is going to feel the same stretch the exact same way. And not everyone is going to naturally have the same range of motion, and that is okay. The most important part is that you are taking time to stretch and that you maintain that sense of elasticity and pliability in the muscle. That said, stretching is not the only way to improve your flexibility. Please take a look at my video on this topic. Can you skip stretching and still be flexible? The link is in the description below. Let's start with your squat flexibility. Are you flexible enough for squats? Everyone should be able to perform a squat. It is the second most fundamental human movement pattern after walking. If you cannot perform a squat correctly, then you will have a lot of trouble taking care of yourself in the future. You are flexible enough to squat if you can flex your hips in a strong and stable position while maintaining a neutral spine. Each time when you sit down and stand back up, you are squatting. Every time when you bend your knees to tie your shoes or getting something from the ground, you are performing a squat. Unfortunately, many people have lost the ability to perform this basic human pattern. Here are the signs that you lack hip flexibility and mobility for squats. First, your back. Your spine must be neutral. Any rounding or overextension of your spine is not optimal and can lead to back pain. If you cannot maintain a neutral spine, you may lack thoracic spine flexibility or hip flexibility. Next, your hips. You should be able to squat below parallel. If you cannot achieve this position, you may lack hip flexibility or ankle flexibility. Next, your knees. Your knees should be pointing forward and be in line with your toes. Do not let your knees to cave inward. Phalanx position. If you cannot achieve this position, you may lack hip flexibility or glute strength. Regarding your ankles, you should be able to keep your ankles flat on the floor. If your heels come off the ground at the bottom of the squat, you may lack ankle flexibility. Next, let's have a look at the flexibility of your hamstrings. The hip hinge is another pattern that you must master. It is very similar to a squat, but it measures your hamstrings flexibility in conjunction with your hip flexibility. Many people think that being able to touch the toes in a forward bend is a good way to measure the hamstrings flexibility. It actually goes beyond just being able to touch your toes. Adequate hamstring flexibility is what will allow us to perform hip hinge exercises such as deadlift. Deadlift teaches us to maintain a braced, neutral spine when picking up something heavy from the floor. People often injure themselves in these scenarios because they do not know how to perform a proper deadlift. Well, can you pass this hamstring flexibility test? Performing this test from a supine position isolates the hamstrings so they don't get any assistance from the hip flexors or spine. Now start lying on your back with your legs straight out. Lift one leg up into the air. Then see how far you can reach up your legs while keeping your back and head on the floor. It is best if you're at least able to touch your shins. and then work towards being able to touch your toes. If you can't, grab a yoga strap to wrap around the base of your foot and use the straps to help slowly guide you deeper into the stretch. Hold the stretch for 1 or 2 minutes on each side. Practice daily to help to become more comfortable in this position. Next, flexibility test for your hip rotators. This is a big one for those who sit at the desk all day, as the external rotators of the hips become very tight, even more so if you add a regular running routine on top of it. Start lying on your back with your left foot on the ground and right ankle resting gently on top of the left knee. Lift the left leg off the ground and try to reach for your hamstrings or shin, bringing it closer to your chest. You will start feeling tension on the outside of your right hip. If you're unable to reach your hamstrings, that is a big indicator that your hips are really tight. To work on it, placing your left foot against the wall for support and finding a comfortable distance that allow you to feel tension without pain. To test for this flexibility for your outer hips and spine, lie on your back and bring both knees into the chest. Then keeping your upper body flat on the ground, slowly rotate both knees to one side, getting as close to the ground as possible. The goal is to be able to reach the same distance from the ground on both sides. Otherwise, it could indicate an imbalance. As you lower down, if you feel more tension in the hip, that's your indication that the area is tight. You should focus on releasing tension in that area. And if you feel more tightness in the spine, that is an area you need to work on too. As for how low you can go, if you are nowhere near the ground, then there's something you need to work on for sure. Find some yoga blocks to support your legs while you settle into that position for a few minutes each day, gradually removing the support as you progress closer to the ground. Having adequate shoulder flexibility is paramount to maintaining a normal, healthy shoulder joint. This is particularly true for individuals who play an overhead sport such as baseball or tennis. We determine shoulder flexibility by looking at your ability to raise your arm directly over your head. You need shoulder flexibility to be able to reach overhead into shelves and cabinets, to hang from a bar or to throw a ball. Every suboptimal body position that you express could have many negative consequences. To find out if you have optimal shoulder flexibility, try the behind the back reach test. From a standing position, extend your right hand up, bend at the elbow and drop your right hand down your back. At the same time, place your left hand on the middle of your back, palm out, fingers reaching up. If the fingers touch, you have good shoulder flexibility. Now switch hand position and repeat with the other shoulder. If your hands do not touch, you may have to work on your shoulder flexibility and mobility. Next, flexibility test for your spine and neck. The neck and spine tend to get really tight nowadays, especially if you are a desk warrior or an athlete. Posture isn't always kept at the forefront. For seated cross-legged position, slowly rotate to one side and look behind you. How far can you see? You should be able to look 180 degrees, though it is not uncommon to find your limit is less than that due to tension in the neck. To help to release that, practice this same stretch a few times throughout the day, even when you're in that desk chair. Just remember to keep your hips and pelvis facing forward. Your lower body shouldn't move. This is all about relaxing into the seated stretch with a neck twist to release where a lot of tension is held when we get stressed out. The only reason why you have a skeletal system in your body is so that you can move. Unfortunately, we have created a society that rewards immobility. As we are stuck behind our desks, behind the wheel of a car, or on the couch watching television, disregarding the natural human patterns that were given to you may seem inconsequential now, but it is the cause of many unexpected problems in our musculoskeletal system. I hope in this video I have helped you to determine where you lack flexibility so that you can get to work on those muscle tissues. I have plenty of videos on stretching and flexibility in this channel. Please take a look. Please check in my playlist for stretches and flexibility. There are over 22 videos on these topics. Thank you for watching until the end. If you like this video, please click the like button. Please leave your comments below and share this video. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my future weekly video release. Please also subscribe to this channel. This is free of charge but will help the channel to grow. If you're interested in improving your health and fitness or losing weight, if you suffer from or wish to prevent back pain, please take a look at my book, which is now available from Amazon worldwide. Thank you.